Today we'll be disassembling a yoke assembly on a differential on a 1987 Big Bear 350. Most U-joints will be the same, real similar in style. This one we're just doing on the 87 Big Bear. So first thing I do, small screwdrivers, and I get in there. There's two clips on each side. So you've got one yoke here, and then the U-joint in the middle. So what I do is find that clip in there, and I'll take and I'll tap on it, and it'll kind of try to turn on you. Sometimes if it gets stuck, if that circlip just turns in there, what I do is take two screwdrivers the same length, and I'll set one on one side and one on the other, and then I'll tap right in the middle, and that'll push it off. This one, I was able to just tap on one side, and then you keep your hand here because it'll fly out of here when you're taking it apart. So then just kind of get in behind that circlip and remove it. And there's the clip there. And then you'll take the other side. Okay, so right now you're dealing with the yoke that's on the actual shaft. So you want to take these two out, and I'll show you why here in a second. So flip it to try to find the end of that circlip. Sometimes you can turn them. Almost always the clips are going to be to the back side. So it's a little bit more challenging to get to, but once you find the end of it, take the screwdriver, just tap. Now if you can get in behind there, great. If not, then you'll flip it over and do the same thing on the other side of that clip. And that clip just popped right out. So try to put your hand there to catch it if you can. Now what you're going to do, and this will pull the joint off of this yoke. Now this joint will end up staying on this yoke here because we're going to reuse this joint. We just need to pull the whole thing off the differential. So what we're going to do now is tap on this joint here, or this yoke, and that'll push that cap down. That's why you got to have that circlip out. So you take it, if you can see here, that cap is starting to move. So you can flip it over and do the other side now. Tap it down a couple times. Now if you're hitting on it, it's not going anywhere, check to make sure you pulled the right clip off. Because if you pull the wrong one off, you're not going to be able to pop those caps off. Now if you're replacing your U-joint, what you'll need to do is take all four clips off. So you'll take this off too, and you can do that now or put it in a vise and do it. When you're just taking the yokes off though and keeping the U-joint, this is how you can do it. So you'll get that all the way out and then pull the cap right off. And you can see that cap, all the roller bearings are right in where they need to be. Now this other side, roller bearing was a little bit dry, so those pins are gonna go everywhere. And there's the cap there, that one came off. Now you can take, where we're reusing it, take some grease, put grease in there, and then take a small screwdriver and put those roller bearings back where they need to be, up against the side. And we'll actually do this because on this video we're gonna put this joint back together so you can see how to do that. So those bearings are in place. Now what we're gonna do is take this yoke off the shaft here, or off the differential here. So if you have a pretty small impact, you can use your hands to hold it, spin it right off. Now you just take a hammer, tap it off. There, and that yoke is off. So to put them back together now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take these caps, and we're going to just start one of them. You're going to put it on this side, and then you're going to shove it in where it needs to be. Grease those caps up good. Put them back together. Now I won't put them all the way together, but do it this way. Tap the cap down. Put the clip in, flip it over, do the same thing on this side. And you'll have your U-joint and yokes back together.